Hello and welcome to Producing with Jimmy. I'm Jimmy and this is the channel where we discuss all things creative because creativity is a way of life. Subscribe and hit the bell notification if you like this video and you want to see this channel grow. Today I am once again engaging in a forced limitation recording exercise. This means I'm putting myself in a box, all right? I'm giving myself some boundaries, some limitations that I have to creatively transcend in order to make some interesting music. And remember, the goal here is to make interesting music. There's already enough mundane pop slop out in the world. Let's try to make something interesting, all right? Let's do it. In the world of digital audio production, it is very easy to get paralyzed by the sheer number of choices and options that we have available to us to achieve the sounds that we want to achieve. When we limit ourselves, oftentimes it leads to very interesting and creative results. If you haven't yet watched my first forced limitation video where I record one track in 1 hour using one mic, you can watch that right here. All week I've been thinking about what the limitation for this video should be. There's so many ways that you could go. Today, I got the answer. I woke up today in a really bad mood. Everything felt wrong. You know, one of those days where it just feels like everything's harder and you're kind of slogging through mud, just trying to get through. Everything is f***ing too much, okay? That's the kind of day that I was having when I woke up today and I said, okay, that right there is a sign. So today my forced limitation is any instrument that I play, I have to play wrong. Any processing that I do has to be done with some degree of wrongness, okay? Those are the limitations today. Ironically, this is the third f***ing time I've tried to make this video today. I keep running into technical difficulties. If you're watching this right now, it means the third time was the charm. The layers of irony baked into this video about things being wrong continue to multiply. After the third time of recording the video, and after editing for 3 hours, I lost the entire edit because of a freak power surge that knocked out all the power in my apartment complex. I had to manually rebuild the entire edit, and so, in a way, if you're watching this right now, the fourth time is the charm. But isn't that harmonic with what I'm trying to do? Today, it's all about doing it wrong. All my choices are going to be wrong. We shall see if I make interesting music. That's part of the fun of this, okay? You're either going to watch me soar into the sunset of creative triumph or crash and burn in the valley of disappointment and abject failure. Are you ready? Let's do it. So as you can see, I've titled this session All Wrong because, once again, the limitation of today's exercise is doing everything wrong. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to input a BPM that feels wrong. In this case, I chose 93 beats per minute. There's something about 93 beats per minute that feels cursed. In any other session, I don't know if it's because I'm OCD, I would bump it up to 95 or down to 90, but today we're doing it wrong. Let's hear how that BPM hits. What's the tempo there? Okay, cool, I guess. There's nothing more wrong in a recording than a noise floor that's eating up space in the track. So the first thing that I'm going to do is capture the sound of this room. You know, that stuff that we're all trying to get out of the recording. Because today is all about wrongness, I'm going to start with a choice that is completely wrong. Nobody wants a bunch of room sound in their recording. Let's get it. Let's capture it. Today I am using the Universal Audio Sphere LX microphone. I just got this microphone and I'm very new to it. I'm still deciding whether or not I like it. Any and all acoustic sounds I record today will be done with this microphone. Go into the plugin and we will just pick a random microphone. Let's do the large diaphragm 87 vintage. We'll switch the polar pattern into Omni so that it captures the entire room. We'll jack it all the way up because we're trying to capture that room tone that in all other recording cases we would be trying to minimize. So let's be very quiet, okay? Don't be rustling around over there, all right? Here we go, room tone. Wonderful. Hear what that room tone sounds like. Sounds like a room tone. What more is there to say? Now, my instinct is telling me to duplicate this track and play around with it rhythmically. The way that I do that is I load up an instance of the plugin Tremolator. Tremolator is a tremolo plugin which introduces rhythm into the sounds that you process through it. Look at this. See, I've got these staggered. So 4 beats per, and then I'm going to duplicate that across too. 4 beats per sound. We're going to pan one of them all the way there to the left and one of them all the way to the right. These are just random decisions, okay? They're not based in any kind of correct approach, okay? It's all about wrong today. Why would we even listen to it if we were trying to do it right? So on the left side room tone, we've got 1/8 notes in our tremolator. And on the right side, let's go ahead and be wild. Let's put 16th notes in there, all right? Let's hear what that sounds like together. Weird, man. Interesting, I guess. What wrong choice should I make next? I've got my guitar pedal board set up on top of the desk. I will oftentimes do this for this purpose, to create weird sounds, to have my pedals within arm's reach so that I can make quick decisions that have an interesting result. I'm listening back to that room tone and I'm hearing it almost as this weird electric sound, if that makes sense. And I'm tempted to use this input jack to put rhythmic accents into it because I feel like the sound of an input jack is going to complement this sort of weird, in my ear, electric sound. So let's see what kind of sound we get through this board when we turn this on. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm going to turn on the tube screamer and the Julia pedal and just make a weird sound, okay? We are playing with sound. One thing I want to do, once again, I'm calling on my instinct here, is I'm going to bring up one of my favorite plugins, and it's a plugin that's very good at making things sound wrong. Little Altar Boy. I'm going to bring the formant down, and I'm going to bring the drive up. Let's see what that sounds like. That sounds gnarly. I really like that. Not giving myself too much time to think. My instinct says use the input jack and put another sound over on the left and make it a rhythmic accent. Here we go. Okay, let's hear what we've got going on so far. I love it. It sounds demented, I want to say. Moving right along. One thing I notice is that I do want that first snare sound to be a little bit more different than the one that I just put on the left. So I'm going to pitch it down a bit, see if that does it. Maybe bring the drive up a little bit more. It sounds wrong. There's no secret there either with a lot of this sound design stuff. It's you know, make a weird sound and adjust it according to what the instinct inside of your heart and soul is telling you. So I didn't know that it was going to sound like such a robot fart, but I like it, okay? I think today it's okay to have some robot farts in your tracks. So the next thing that I'm thinking about is I want to keep going on this rhythm track. It's fun. I'm having a good time. I can really think of nothing more wrong than if I beatboxed, okay? I've never really beatboxed before. But in the spirit of wrongness, I think today is the day. Today is my beatboxing debut. Let's see how good a beatboxer I can be. Very nice, very strange, very singular. Let's go ahead and push it a little farther. I'm going to put the micro shift mono to stereo on it because I want it to kind of spread out a little bit. And that's what this plugin does. I'm liking it a lot. I'm going to put some tape on it too. I'm going to say, hey man, Ampex ATR master tape, come on. What that master tape just did is it kind of, to me it feels like it softens a little bit of that sibilance out of the sound. Gives it a little softer, less harsh kind of vibe. With a sound like that, where you're you need that sibilance in order for that to translate. But the tape, it did what I wanted it to do. I want there to be some bottom. Some kind of a sound that brings us that kick sound that I feel that we are missing. Nice, I guess. I think that's cool for the rhythm so far. All right, I think it's about time that we get in some kind of an instrument here, some kind of a melodic thing, right? I've got this thing. It's called the Picasso Guitar Bow. It's a product designed to help you play your guitar in the wrong way. I think you're gonna really like this. If you haven't seen these, they're very cool. It looks like that. It's a horsehair bow, and you rub this rosin, I think it's called rosin. You rub it on this, and then you can play your guitar almost like it's a violin. This could be the lamest track I've ever made. I'm in a shameful public display of producing. Jimmy W ends his career with one video. Yeah, man, there was this snare input jack sound that sounded like a robot farting, and it just tanked his credibility. He'll never recover from this track. My instinct is telling me to mute that input jack 2 and pan input jack 1 into the middle. I don't know if that focuses the arrangement anymore, but it's cool. It's interesting. It's fun. Didn't I say this was going to be wrong? Let's add one more element to it, okay? And then we'll call it a day. Long time ago, I think it was like 2007, I saw a video of Claudio Sanchez of Coheed and Cambria, and he was singing into his guitar pickup. And it was really cool. And I always wanted to try it. And today's the day. Okay, I think we are at the end of our forced limitation exercise. Today, the goal was to make things wrong, to do things in the wrong way. Let's see what we came up with. And there you have it. There's an exercise in forced limitation. Are there things about that track that are silly? Yes. Are there things that I think are really cool? Yes. The whole exercise today was doing things in the wrong way and getting my hands dirty with an objective in mind, right? So what did we do? We recorded input jacks. We recorded room tone. We made music with things that are inherently unmusical. And I had a lot of fun doing it. If you liked this video, if you enjoyed this exercise in forced limitation, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. It does help this channel grow. I also have a Patreon community. You can sign up for it. The link is in the description if you want to go deeper and you want to support this channel. I really appreciate it. I'd love to know what you think. Yeah, I mean, we objectively made something wrong today, and I stand by it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Make something wrong, make something stupid, make something silly. Get your hands dirty. Thank you so much.